All right, a last story, a last big story of the week. This was, I think that we both really enjoyed this one, which was a company called Senzari. They unveiled their internet radio for Facebook Places. So basically, why don't you explain this? People aren't doing this right now, so this is pretty cool.
No, this is really, really cool. Like, I'm excited about this, and I'm actually in a couple weeks. I'm speaking here in Toronto for Canadian Music Week. And so obviously I'm going to be talking about this as well, because it's just a great way to bring music to people. So what is it? Senzari is an internet radio service that basically builds you your own personal radio station based on recommendations and data that they know about you, that they can discover about you. So what they've done,
it's kind of like Pandora, right? Where it's
a little bit like Pandora, and they've got about 10 million songs in their catalog. But what they've said is look, this is really about music discovery connected to the locations that people are in, and understanding data about this particular bar and restaurant. Here's what's trending, or what's what the musical tastes and preferences are of the people who hang out there, and we're going to serve music to you or recommend music to you on that basis. And so they've connected this to Facebook Places from a check-in perspective to get that data. Apparently they're working on Foursquare and Google Places as well right now, but at the moment it's only Facebook Places. It's a really, really cool concept. I think it's got a lot of legs.
So what would happen is that you would check in with Facebook Places and presumably all the other services when they become available. You would check in, and based on your check-in, it's your friends' recommendations. How do you know how this plays out?
Yeah, so basically you walk into a place, you check in there, and then it looks at all the other check-in data from everybody who's been to that place, and then it builds a radio station for you, effectively a playlist for you based on all the people who've been at that location and what their tastes and preferences have been. So it's not only you or friends necessarily. It's purely on who's been at that particular place.
Okay. So it's not about your friends. It's about I like this. I like this concept. I like the discover piece. I just we got a new show on Tether, and it's called Where's the Money, and we just kind of laid into something, turntable.fm, which everybody was the rage. It was the rage 9 months ago. Remember, everybody was talking about it. Come and DJ a song and blah blah blah. It was kind of, well, not really relevant. It still isn't relevant to me, but they've moved it over to the they've created a mobile app that they just launched as well. And it's an immersive environment where you have to be in your app all the time, and it's really not about discovery unless you actually are very proactive in discovery. And I like what these guys are doing because it's reactive. I can check in, and then I can find out the pulse of what's around me, the relevant songs that are around me that people have tagged for me. It's a much better way of doing it than waiting in a room with a DJ that's spinning tunes. I don't get that.
Completely agree, and I think the whole idea of music discovery, that is location based, is I think there's just so much power in that. I also spoke earlier this week, unrelated to this story, with a new startup coming out of Atlanta called Check In Rock On, and basically the simple premise of it, I won't dwell on this too long, but the simple premise of it is that they feel that when you check in on Foursquare, you're not really getting any value for that check-in. Like, who cares about becoming the mayor or getting a badge or earning points that you can't use for anything? So their premise is, and they also have a huge music catalog that they own or have the rights to, is when you every time you check in, you get a music download as in return for that check-in. So pretty cool. Maybe these two guys should get together. But anyhow.
But I really like that because certainly when Starbucks has become one of the biggest producers and distributors of music right now, and I think that these are the services that they should be leveraging on top of what they're already doing in the location space. So
for sure.
All right, so Senzari is launching this internet radio that's tied to your check-ins right now through Facebook Places. But obviously, it's weird that they went Facebook Places first, but Facebook Places and soon to be Foursquare, I hope, and probably Latitude from Google. Okay, that's it. Those are the 5 stories, the relevant stories this week, all for different reasons. And because they're big companies, small companies, and innovative ideas that you could probably bring into your business right now and start to leverage. That's probably why we do these stories. Hey, these are great lessons. Do something like this in your business.
Right.
Just saying. I'm just saying.
All right.